God, good morning. It's so cold. It's so cold this morning. Oof, I am not used to this. Ooh, freezing. I got my blanket. Me and Lady had a cuddle under like 6 blankets last night. Wow, it was really cold. Being in Phoenix, I don't really get cold. Very often anymore. I'm not used to it like real cold anyways, but it got like real cold last night. Definitely below freezing. Have my heater going in the van. I don't like to run it for too long while I'm not driving for obvious reasons. Ooh, my hair. I have some like Animal Crossing hair this morning. Oh, that's great. Anyways. Animal Crossing hair aside, my glasses are fogging and I can't see out of them because it's so cold in here. The warmth of my face is making them fog up. I didn't want to get up and be cold. It was nice under all the blankets. But I have things to do, so I'm still in Heber in the Sitgreaves forest that I didn't know existed. This is also like, I think, Apache land, I think, from what I saw. Yeah, the road was closed last night to go up towards the Petrified Forest where I was going. Planning on going, and I was going to camp there, and it wouldn't have been as cold there because I'm at much higher elevation here. And I'm in an actual forest, and where the Petrified Forest is, there's no longer forest. So, I'm gonna make some coffee and some eggs and warm up a bit, and yeah, let the dog out. And I'm glad I brought coffee this time. I forgot last time when I was in Tucson, and that really sucked, but it is much more of a necessity today than it was then. Connect! It's like public land. The propane tanks last a long time. Like, oh no! I'm gonna put it on here and hope it warms up a little bit. Should have just turned the fridge off last night. It was cold enough in here. That egg was frozen. I do not know how that is going to taste. French pressed coffee always tastes so good though. I would probably only use this ever. Oh, it's so warm. Alright, so I am on the road. I am back on 277, seeing if this freeway is now open today. If it's not, I am going to figure out what I'm going to do. I'm getting really close. There is a whole lot of nothing out here. A whole lot of nothing. I think I'm on the Navajo reservation, technically. I saw signs for it, but I am the only person on this road as well. Hello.
All right. Rubber welcome on all trails as long as you don't lift clean up after them.
Okay.
Please don't take any rocks or petrified wood.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, he just gave me a map and I showed him my pass. It's $25 to get here to come in if you don't have that. So there's that. It doesn't even look real out here. All the trees look like they were like made and like placed upon the ground. Like, how is that real? And they're gigantic. And everything is just so like water and windswept. Oh, it's quite chilly. Whew. I should have totally brought a jacket, but I'm here, I'm doing it. I feel alive. She's having the time of her life. Couldn't really ask for anything better. I'm glad I made it out here. It's so cool. And I don't know when I'll ever be out this way again. Like, you kind of have to come out here to see this. Like, there isn't anything else out here. Oh, wow. I need to stop. Yeah, I'm taking pictures because it is just way too pretty. actually all like crystal, you know, like quartz. I was reading the sign, and I guess it was from like 218 million years ago. There was like water here, like a river, and like the trees were falling into the water, and then like over time they got like pressurized into quartz, and as they pressurized into quartz they broke in half, and that's why they're all like broken, and they look like they were all chopped down. There was a really annoying family behind me. These like kids were just like running around on the wood, like touching things, like stepping on like these ancient fossils, and their parents are just like, Remy, stop! The whole time, and they didn't listen to them at all. These kids had no form of structure whatsoever. I almost yelled at them because they weren't even by their parents. They were like running up to where I was, and it was like making me upset because they're just like totally vandalizing this place. And yeah, I swear I'm like an old lady trapped in a young woman's body. I substitute teach. I'm on the road going to see all the national parks. I'm yelling at kids for being little thugs. It's cool. It was very accessible though. The whole road was paved, so like if you were in a wheelchair or something, I would say it was pretty easy to be done. It was about a half mile, I think the map said. It didn't take very long. Newspaper Rock. I think I was talking and didn't actually film anything for a bit. You could kind of see the petroglyphs. I think the sign that I read said that they were about like 2,000 years old. You couldn't see them as well as when I went to the Superstition Mountains, when I went to on the hieroglyphic trail, which I can link if you're interested at all. Yeah, you could kind of spy on them. They had some like binoculars so you could like look at them and see where they were, which was cool. It was kind of cool that you couldn't like vandalize them, so they're like being preserved. But yeah, not as much as like the superstitions where there's just like hundreds of them that you can see like really up close. But I really just love being in like historical sites like this. Like, I feel like it just puts a lot of things into perspective for me. Like, none of my problems matter out here. Like, everything out here has been around for so much longer than I've been, and will continue to be around for so much longer after me, that like none of my problems matter out here. Like, all the little things that I worry about day to day, you know, like it doesn't matter. And I always feel better after I go on a trip, even if it's just a short one like this. It just really puts things into perspective for me. It's really humbling, and I just feel connected to like all of the people who've lived here for thousands of years before me, and who will continue to be here for thousands of years after I'm gone. Like, I don't know. I just feel in my place in the world, I guess. I feel so much better. I feel like when I left for my trip, like I was like kind of grumpy, like I was kind of stressed, like I knew how much work it was going to be to travel and blah blah blah. But after I go, I always feel so much better. Like, the hardest part with anything is really just starting. It's like going to the gym, you know, like you're like, resent it. And then you go and you're like, wow, like I actually feel great now, and I don't know why I don't do this every day. And I had to get out and look at this real quick. It's really this is Whipple Point. I think that's what the sign said. I'll zoom in so you can see better. It's just so unique.